We, the pupils, is something that should have been interrogated a lot more by us. And it's certainly something that once brought to our attention, we reflected on and acknowledged that it was indeed offensive and that it was indeed wrong to have cast the electorate in such a difficult light. Because the truth be told is we serve the electorate, we serve the people. Government officials put themselves out there all the time and they need to be held accountable. And I stand by the commentary around the politicians and the ministers in that cartoon. I don't, however, and can't stand by the commentary around the people. That was, I concur, unfair commentary.
The cartoon itself, if you look at it, it's offensive, right? To some people. Should they have published it? Well, that's a very difficult call to make, on the basis that, on the one hand, if you want to say they shouldn't publish it, then you're stepping on media freedom, right? You're trampling on media freedom. And at the same time, if you say publish it, you're almost saying then it's fine to publish offensive stuff. Now, so what then? I think from media monitoring's perspective, it's about balancing those things. Balancing your right to say whatever you want, as well as the right not to offend someone, or the right not to violate someone's freedom.
I think in terms of all the comments that have been made, I feel we have to take to heart how people have been left feeling about this. And that's why we took the decisions that we did, to apologize. We had a discussion with our cartoonists. They put out a statement apologizing as well, taking down the cartoon. And those are comments we'll always welcome.
We had some very concerning tweets that came from a spokesperson of a minister who called for people to burn down our building and who put our address out there, called Primedia, a lot of derogatory and insulting words. The counter argument could be, well, he felt insulted as well. Fair enough, but I think inciting violence by calling on people to burn a building is just inappropriate, because as a media, we are not perfect and we are not beyond reproach. And with freedom of expression and freedom of media, there does come a responsibility. At the same time, I'd like to turn that around as well and say to a government spokesperson, there is a responsibility.
There are things that happen. People say things. People say what they want. But if it incites violence, then there is a problem. But then again, it's about us having that discussion, a very honest discussion with each other, without necessarily inciting other people to be violent over issues that perhaps could be spoken about.
The debate has now become a political debate, actually, and I think we need to be mindful of what we're discussing. If we're talking about genuine sentiment around a cartoon, then absolutely we must have that debate. But if we're going to use an opportunity to march outside a media house, which is fair enough because everybody has a right to march and express their views like that. But if we're going to use that opportunity to talk about much broader issues and media issues and race issues and things which have happened in provinces that don't really have anything to do with the cartoon, then we just need to be mindful of what exactly is happening.
You also need to understand who the audience of Primedia are. So on the one hand, they might say that they're speaking things that otherwise resonate with their kind of audience. And in a country as diverse as South Africa, I think it's always good to have a diverse view in any case, because it drives the country forward. What we don't want is a situation where we say those diverse views should not be heard. They should be heard. But only that discussion should be held within the confines of what's allowed within the law as it stands.
Am I proud that a large number of people were deeply hurt? No. Am I proud of the way we handled it? Yes. Internally, we'll often interrogate things and there'll be different points of view. And we've got to be mindful of that. I think it just reiterates the importance of that. And the fact that as a diverse as a diverse country, we have a greater duty than most, than most other media operators in other countries, because we've got this diversity that we need to be mindful of and that we need to protect as well.